watch me here teleport, yeah. Using side coasters, yeah, with our mind, yeah, yeah, yeah. Flipping out, crazy live, dressing up and oh so nice, rolling bounce, 808 bass, crazy 8, send back style, yeah, new, crazy in.
Hello, this is going to be a video that is going to be cut in half with two different lessons, okay? It's going to be the Overgiver 105, and then we're going to transition into 106, okay? Which is, why is life so hard if I'm chosen, okay? This is going to be 3 parts, okay? Because it's very long, but 105 is really short and sweet, so we're going to just get right into it, okay? Stay tuned. Hey y'all, welcome to another class, okay? This will be the Overgiver 105. Please watch my other videos. It will be in order from 101 through 105, okay? Make sure you guys watch it. Now, let's get straight into it, all right? So, the overgiver, the overlover, the overdoer, the over whatever, okay? When you overindulge in anything, it could be quite stressful, including thinking, including doing or loving, like receiving, right? That is usually the thing, you know, don't overgive, don't overlove, don't overdo, right? So everything in moderation, everything, including who you give your love to. I think what the problem is, or where we have hookups at, is like who we decide to give our love to. This will definitely tie into all of the other videos I've been doing, okay? Definitely will tie in all together. I believe is who we choose to give our love to, because we can feel drained, overworked, you know, depending on who you give to or what you're giving, you know. So that's why I always tell people, and I'm telling you guys now, everything in moderation, including what you give. Now, we are naturally going to give. We're going to give above average. We're going to give because we know what it feels like not to have, to be without, to not have anything. A lot of us have been homeless before, or have dealt with a deep trauma where a family member has been like deeply hurt, or death in the family, or like closeness to somebody you lost. Like, we've all dealt with something that has been very dramatic and has really traumatized us and developed us into a new person and a new way of thinking, where we're very loving and giving, and we've always been that way naturally. But the more you go through, the more you had to endure, the more you are now giving. And it kind of may feel weird to you, because, or it may look weird to others, because if you are a person that has endured so much, why would you continue to give? You know, like almost the same, you give the exact same way. Like, you will always give, even if you don't have enough, even if you get a little bit. You feel irritated. You get irritated with certain people when you feel like you're not receiving enough back, or it's like you're not going to, you know, give me back what I gave you, right? It's like I don't think it's meant to be in like a mean or rude way, but almost like a natural, okay, well, I gave you this, now you give me. And sometimes you can have your hands out and not receive the same thing that you gave out, okay? That, you can't control that. So when you are a entity that is giving a lot, or you know you are a person that is an over lover or over giver, if you want to label it, or a person who just like naturally gives a lot because of what you've been through. Because when you break it down, that's really what that is, okay? You shouldn't feel bad for giving. You shouldn't feel bad for loving. You shouldn't feel bad for doing things, okay? It only gets bad or confusing or wonky when you have people surrounding you, or you're watching what's going on in the world, and you have so much access to what is going on in people's lives, it makes you feel like, you're giving your attention, your vibes, your energy to like a lot of things, right? Especially people. So you can always feel when you're giving a lot, because you can come back to yourself and be like, man, I don't have what I think I should have. You always think to yourself like, okay, if I didn't give this, I didn't give that, I will have all of these things that I had, but I gave them away. But you have to remember that that is what you're going to do. You are here on this earth to give, to love. So it all ties back to, who are you giving things to? Who are you giving your love to? And are they worthy of what you're giving them? We have to understand, sometimes when we give things, it's best to not like expect anything back. When we give, it's really good not to expect anything back, because you can put yourself in a situation where you're like prejudging or judging another person for not giving you what you are expecting. That sometimes is not fair, because if you're not having a conversation with somebody like, I'm going to give you this and you're going to give me this back, then what are you going to do? You can't expect people to read your mind or know how you feel. You have to be able to communicate things, right? So when you're in that bubble or in that feeling of, man, I should have not did that, or you can't take it back, you can't reverse time. You have to know that whatever happened, and you gave what you wanted to give when you have it. You have to remember that you gave what you wanted to give. It wasn't like a thing where anyone forced you to give it. So when you do that, you have to remember that and be grateful for your ability to give, okay? And just adjust how you give. It's really that. You don't have to stress over it. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to really get in your mind, in your head, and like panic when you feel like you don't have enough because you gave. And I feel like, a lot of you guys may feel it's like, okay, well, here's another lesson for me to learn, of me giving all over again. I just keep doing it. Well, you're going to keep giving. You have to like look at what you're giving and why you're giving. It goes back to the why and what you're doing, being aware of what you're doing. Okay. I'm not going to tell you it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you to make sure you always have enough for yourself. Always, even if you don't need that much, even if you're very humble, just make sure you have your bare minimum and then some. You know what I mean? Like, you take care of yourself too. That's very important, because when you are taken care of, you're better able to serve others. Because if you're not, if you are a person who's in your head about not having enough because you gave, then make sure you have enough before you give. It's all about you. How you feel. It doesn't make you right, doesn't make you wrong. It just means that you're that type of vibe. You're that type of entity where you kind of expect things back. Even if it's like naturally, maybe you shouldn't, but you do. So know that about yourself and adjust the way you give, knowing that is how you are. That is all. Okay? As far as overloving, overgiving, overdoing, all of those things is a natural thing. It just depends on how you do it and your why. Okay? I'm not going to tell you guys to like completely don't give nobody nothing, be selfish, but if you get irritated by doing it, maybe you need to like figure out why and adjust some things and let that be what that is. Don't stress yourself out too much about it. There's other things in this world that you can, put your energy to. So don't worry about that. Just continue doing what you want to do, and whatever you're doing that gives you that sensation that is like, address it. Figure out what that is. Don't have to figure it all out in one day. You can kind of know it, write it down, and come back to it. When you feel it again, know that you're feeling what you're feeling. Know what you're feeling, and then like see what you did or what events led up to you feeling this way. Okay, and then have some adjustments. That's all. Adjustments within yourself or in the things you do. So now that's pretty much Overgiver, the Overgiver 105 is pretty quick, pretty simple, okay? Cut and dry, hopefully. Now this video is going to be cut up into 2 parts, okay? So this part is going to be 106, okay? Because this is also, okay, 106, okay? And this next part is kind of long. That's why I broke it up into 3 parts. So this is part 1. Okay, so the Overgiver is now going to go into, why is my life hard if I'm the chosen one? Why is my life so hard if I'm the chosen one? The why is my life so hard? Why am I going through all these things if I'm like chosen or handpicked by whoever? You know, I first of all want you guys to get out of your head of verbiage and word choices that people use, okay? Or that the world uses, okay? Just know who you are. Just know that your energy is very strong and that you've been allowed and you have access to a lot of things far as on the energetic level and frequency that people, majority of the people around you possibly don't have, because you're here to be that beacon of light in a shadow room or darkness, okay? So you're going to stand out where you are. You're going to stand out. You're going to be different. You're going to be looked at differently. People are going to look at you and like look twice, you know, be around you, want to be around you, okay? By that happening, you have to remember, for you to remember who you are, you will have to go through certain teachings and lessons and experiences for you to remember who you are. Other than that, if your life is like full of like peaches and jello all day with no hiccups and problems, why would you even want to explore anything or find out more or check out who you are, like, or really figure things out or question anything? You know, it's the questions that has led you up to here, to lead you here, to where you are, where you're watching this video right now. Okay? It's the questions, it is your mind, your intuition, you know, you feeling. That is what is leading you here. Okay? So you have to remember that. And know that if you try to look at it differently, I know sometimes when you're going through the worst time of your life, your worst week, your worst year, it can feel very draining, you know, very tiring, because it could feel like it's a pattern of, you know, always having to go through an obstacle course, you know, like, you know that show Ninja Warrior? You know, the people who are flipping, like the Ninja Warrior show, like, your people are like flying to the air, all these obstacle courses, and yeah, it's hard. It's hard, you know, it's not built to be easy. So this thing is not built to be easy so you can learn, okay? Because if everything was breezy, easy, breezy, beautiful, you know, you wouldn't, you know, you'd be fine. Like, you wouldn't even you wouldn't even care about what I'm talking about right now. Why would you even listen? Okay? You have to go through some levels of like, what the fuck, to kind of get here. Okay? That's why. And you have to choose your aura. It goes back to 102. Choose your aura. It goes back to that. Choosing what you apply to your daily task, your life. So you know that you have some rough patches in your life. Everyone does, okay? I don't want you to feel like mainly you can prevent forest fires. No, it's mainly, I don't want you to feel like it's mainly you in this world who's going through like the worst. And I feel like intuitively you know that, but it could be like certain days where you feel like you're having like the worst day and that everything is against you and only you, okay? Because you are going through a lot and you are feeling a lot, okay? And it can be very rough at times. You can have ups and downs, especially if you are around other people who are having ups and downs, and if you are the type of warrior that's on this earth that is like stationed in like a family unit, is going to be hard. Not everyone could be stationed in like a family unit or whatever. A lot of people in this world are just going with the flow of their intuition. Now, if you are a person who has family around you, maybe you have a spouse or a husband or a wife or whatever. If you don't do no labels, okay. Maybe you have children. I don't know. Lions, tigers, bears, oh my. Bears, kangaroos, I don't know. Giraffes, elephants. Who knows what people are doing for pets now, okay? I'm not judging. Okay, whatever you want to do. Oh, okay. Free will. People just like, ooh, free will. That's what people are doing. And all that. Yay, whatever. You have to remember that you are feeling people, people's energy is around you. So you have to always choose your aura, pay attention, and know the attachments that you have. It's okay experience on earth, and we're going to have attachments. Like, it's going to happen, because if you devote your time, or if you meet somebody that you rock with, it's going to like naturally have an attachment or a type of friendship or bond. Okay, I don't want you guys to feel like attachments are bad. I mean, it could be, depending on what happens with the attachments. Okay, and through those situations you will learn. So everything that you go through and experience on earth is meant for you to experience, so you can learn who you are and what you can do and what you are destined to be, or your glow, your inner essence, that can be found here on earth. Okay, by experiences. So I don't want you guys to take the verbiage of words or whatever, to make it feel like you have such a heavy burden, even though a lot of us do. But you also have to apply the things that are happening for you because of that burden, the things you're able to do because of that burden. And most of us are okay with having that burden. It's just like, it would be easier if things would come easier, if the money was made easier, or if the manifestations happened faster. But you have to remember the realm that we're on, like, you're with like your energy, your frequency, because you have been on this journey far as reincarnation multiple times. So you're able to have multiple skills. You're able to remember certain things that you've done in other lifetimes, because you have access to that, which also brings access to feeling things more, access to frequencies, hearing things, feeling things that others can't, seeing things that others can't. That door being opened allows more of that, the good and bad, and also it allows, or you have different entities that are attracted to the light. So it's a balance of light and dark that's going to happen with access to skills or knowledge from our past lives. Okay, so like, you are stationed here on earth, you have your soul mission, the mission that of you, only you will know. You know it. You have to just remember what you are here to do. That's all. You have to just remember it. And the way you get triggered is going through things. So you're like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? You wake up like, oh. Boy, that's how you know. You have to go through things and have your experiences to know. Okay. As we are here on earth, it could be quite like damn, because internally we know there's so much more. Like, we feel it, we know it, we've seen it. So as you are here on earth again, you are in this light and energy that has been granted to you to help others, to love on others, to be there for others, to use your skill, use your gift. You have to have gratitude of you being here and having access to a lot. You're able to see things clear and still be able to function. You know how cool that is, to know the truth, to know what's happening, to really have your eyes opened and to like still function, still be happy, still, you know. So you're going to stand out. You're going to have people who like you, people who don't like you, you know. Everyone's doing their own thing. Like, we have to start small and work our way. I think where majority is jumbled is like we are years ahead in like revisions, always at least 12, so we can know ahead. So that's why now people can like look at us like, because we're just different frequencies. Okay, because Earth, the manifestations, everything on Earth is like a lot slower. It's like on Earth, and other galaxies and planets and atmospheres, things, or go like, and then there's a house. You know what I mean? So Earth is just very slow. Like a little thing that's happening where everything's brushed here. Earth is slow, and like the atmosphere and the energy, but the way the society is fast. So it's not. It's not. It's making everything feel like, I don't have it. I don't have it. You know, like everything's just like, it's just there's a lot going on. It's so much deeper than what people will realize. That's why you're going to learn this now. It's going to take some time to take this in. I think a lot of you guys know intuitively, like, yeah, what the fuck, like, huh, yeah. Okay, we have to remember who we are, what we can do. And a lot of us are very humble or have a humble lifestyle, so we just don't disturb the peace. We just want peace. We don't want to, like, you know, go in there and, like, you know, with guns blazing. We just want peace. Peace, and set our people free, like set us free. That's all we want, peace. So by doing that, it's going to be casualties. It's going to be things that are going to be fucked up. You're going to have a life that you may not quite understand all the way. But to continue to have the peace, you have to learn how to have peace within yourself. And it's going to take time, because if you're feeling sometimes that you are perfectly ready to take on the world and you have healed completely, there's never an ending to your healing, to you reaching who you need to be. Is forever, until you're no longer on this planet. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this video. I'm telling you, it's so hard to keep it under 20. Okay, I keep hearing, keep it under 20, keep it under 20. It's because I know attention spans are just like, so under 20 will help me break this down. And once again, this will all be in a book form. It's going to be chapters numbered, how I'm doing the videos, and you can read along. Eventually, it's going to be more people watching this channel, and you can just read along. You guys have more questions that I probably didn't answer. I did receive a few emails from questions. I will answer those soon. Sorry if I'm lagging. I will answer those in the video form. I'm just also getting these classes out too, and I'm very humble. If you guys want to support me, if you guys are wondering how can I support Candace, all you have to do is give me some change on Cash App. Donations, it could be $1, $2, $5, whatever you want to do. $100, I don't know. I take Cash App. My Cash App will be in the description box below. And if you want to reach out, want to email me, my email is sunrisingtarot888@gmail.com. Okay.